Hello, my friends. Welcome to me, your host, Christian Watson. It is so good to be with you guys today. I wish I could say, actually, every day is a good day. I was going to say that this day is not a good day, but every day is a good day. But the events of the past 48 hours have just made my head spin. It's made my soul cry out. Not hallelujah, but cry out, oh no, as a sort of inversion to the old adage. And it's just made me think, where do people who care about free expression, where do people who care about liberty, where do people who care about freedom, where do people who care about genuine knowledge production, which allows us to continue to propagate our humanity and live in conjunction and coordination with the telos of our being, with our goal, with the natural law of the universe, where do we go from here? As you see on my screen, Parler now, it's going to be taken down by Amazon, who hosted their web servers. And of course, as many of you do know, the president was recently banned from Twitter and all these other platforms, as according to Axios.com. He was banned from Reddit, Twitch, Shopify, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Apple, Discord. I mean, and here's what they said about the Discord ban. While there is no evidence of the server being used to organize the January 6th riots, Discord decided to ban the entire server today due to its overt connection to an online forum used to incite violence and plan an armed insurrection in the United States Capitol. So now, for those of you who are not familiar with the laws of logic, what Discord just did is what we call a guilt by association. It is divinely fallacious because you cannot hold someone to an action they did. You cannot draw a connection to someone to an alleged action that they did merely by virtue of the fact they are associated with the actor. So if someone comes in and robs a house and they are my best friend, but I had no connection to the robbery, a guilt by association would say, you know what? You're his friend, therefore you must either have supported or helped in some way his malfactor behavior, his criminal behavior, his decadent behavior. That's what the logic of these tech companies. Banning forms related to President Trump or banning President Trump is just absolutely grotesque. There is no logic. It is pure sanctimony. It is pure pretension. It is everything that goes against what Socrates would call the light of the truth, the idea of being able to operate beyond a bias, being able to operate beyond a convention, and being able to see in that universal light what truly is going on. It doesn't correspond to reality. And this insinuation against Parler, the reason Amazon is going against Parler is because it allegedly is not moderating its content, whatever the hell that means. So I guess what that means is it's not being sufficiently controlled and censored like some of these other platforms are. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is not about President Trump. This is not about any of these people. It's not about a personality. Because as you know, I'm not wedded to a personality. I'm wedded to a principle. This is about principles. This is about being able to hear a perspective unfiltered, even if that perspective is nasty or wrong. A lot of us, who I mentioned earlier, are scared right now. We are scared right now. We are so enormously scared. Many people are like, "Oh, let's go over to Gab. Let's go over to some place." Look, guys, you can't hide. You can't run, and you shouldn't run from this. That's why I'm going to stay on YouTube. I'm going to stay on Twitter. I'm going to stay on Facebook. I'm going to stay on Instagram. I'm going to stay on every last vestige of these big tech companies. Because you know what? We are the reason they have this power. The answer to this censorship, the answer to this tyranny, rests with us. The government can't help you. And you cannot call yourself a conservative or a libertarian and have personal freedom as the ethos of your political calculus and still want the government to come in and dictate regulations and rules to a private company insofar as that private company is not inciting dangerous behavior to other people's rights. But even if the government did come in, the government right now is going to be run by Democrats. It's going to be run by progressives. And if you set a precedent in which the government can just come in and do these kind of things, what is stopping a Democratic administration from coming in and doing similar kind of things and enforcing similar kind of edicts against private companies? No. That's one reason why I think it's wrong. The second reason is just a violation of principles. So you don't use the government to fight this. But the best thing is you don't even need the government to fight this. You need you. You are the reason why Twitter or Facebook are some of the biggest companies in the world. Because we willingly, with our energy, go on their platforms, give them our time, enslave our schedules to tweeting, enslave our schedules to Facebooking, enslave our schedules to Instagramming, enslave our schedules to live streaming, enslave our schedules to YouTube. We are in creating that action of energy, that divine action of energy, which then bolsters the resources and the power and the capital of these companies. So take it back. Take your power back. Peacefully, intellectually, take it back. Unplug. Stop being so hooked to these companies. Communicate in person. Do other things that will broaden the agora, the sort of public space. Broaden that and will let it manifest in more circumstances. You do not need a government edict. You do not need a law. You do not need a hammer to fix this problem. All you need to do is recognize that you are a part of this free market system we exist in, and you have the power to use its levers to your advantages. You have the power to terminate your relationship with these platforms or curtail it so significantly that they are not reaping the benefits of your ascent. Don't give them any more ascent. Which is why alternative platforms like Minds and Parler, which I do have Minds and Parler at Phil C. Watson, they help. But beyond that, simply recognize that these places are not the cornerstones that we assign them. We assign Twitter and Facebook these metaphysical authorities that they really don't have. It's all illusory. When we do that, when we realize that we are the ones who make up this public square and we are the ones that can go ahead and take it somewhere else, that is when we will truly find an answer to our woes. So be optimistic, my friends. Be hopeful. Be happy. Because you have all the keys that you need to unlock this door and get through this journey on your own. You don't need government action. You don't need external validation. You don't need anyone but your own will and temerity. And I believe all of you have will, you have temerity, you have grit, and you're going to use that will, temerity, and grit to make sure that free expression is preserved in every corner of this country. Think on it. As always, my friends, thank you so much. I love you. If you like this content, please support me on PayPal at officialcwatson@gmail.com or subscribe, like, share, whatever you can do. But most importantly, stay pensive, guys. Love you. Hey guys, if you enjoy this message, please be sure to support my channel through PayPal. My PayPal is at officialcwatson, as you see on the screen. Any amount helps. Thank you so much, and stay pensive.